Hi there, I'm Pastor Jamie talking to you this week about prayer as a personal practice. We're reiterating 5 points throughout the week that I want you to know. One of those is that anyone can pray. The other is to speak less and listen more. The third is to pray personally, be expectant, and be attentive. Now, yesterday I talked to you about breath prayer, and we talked about them as portable prayers. Today I want to talk to you about cued prayers or triggered prayers or linked prayers. And the idea here is that you link a prayer time to different activities through your day. This is modeled after the idea that the Benedictine monks and other monks through the years would have used. They would have woken up at 8 times through the day, or pause their work, pause their meal 8 times through the day in order to pray the hours. These happened at 2 a.m., at 5 a.m., at 6 a.m., at 9, at noon, at 3, at 6 again. Throughout the day, they had psalms to read, prayers to offer. We don't pray the hours typically, but I want to use that idea to bring our heart to prayer. A missionary in the Philippines named Frank Laubach used to have what he called his game with minutes, and it was his goal to bring God to mind at least once a minute all day long, and he would see how he would do. He'd see if he could make it through a whole day, thinking about God every minute. We're not going to do that. But we are told when we read 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18, Paul says to us, rejoice always, pray without ceasing, in everything give thanks. Now we can't do this the way we might pray in the morning or in the evening where we have a dedicated time of sitting. We cannot pray without ceasing that way. We have lives to live. But what I want to offer you are ways to link your everyday activities to pauses for prayer. This is like the monks, but different because we're linking it to the things we do. We don't live in monasteries, we live in the everyday world. But is it possible that when you get dressed, you could pray, Lord, even as I dress in my clothes, I would also like to dress in the character of Christ and put on the character of Jesus in everything I do. As you clean, Lord, thank you that you have forgiven my sins, made them whiter than snow, though they were scarlet. As we clean, then we thank God in that moment for his order, for his goodness in the world, for his forgiveness. As we stand at a kitchen counter, perhaps preparing food, we're prompted to say, Lord, you give me everything I need. Thank you for my daily bread. Thank you for the ways you provide, and that in this abundance I can give you thanks. As you're picking up your phone in the course of the day, pause before you open it and just say, Lord, I thank you for who you are and how you are. And as I look at my phone, would you bless it that I might make connections with friends, be productive in work, that I might be entertained by wholesome things that bring my mind to you. Would you pick up my phone with me and enter this situation with me? Before I look at emails, Lord, would you give me peace, that I could be a good communicator, that I could get things done that I need to get done. When you're getting in your car, Lord, would you keep me safe? Help me to drive without stress. Help me perhaps not even to turn on the radio, but to use this drive as a chance to connect with you. When you're walking into your office or your home, Lord, the person I'm bringing in, I want to be there with you and for you, a representative of you. We might think of the line in Colossians, whatever you do in word or deed, do it all for the glory and in the name of Jesus Christ. I have a little tradition when I walk to the Lake Forest campus. I will always on the path in look at the steeple. And in my little liturgy, I just pray, God, whatever I do in there, may I be your ambassador in this world. May I bring love and joy and peace to whomever I speak with or whatever it is I have as my purpose. When you're meeting a friend, God, would you bless this conversation? Would you be present with us? Would you help me to hear and to see and to be there? When you're turning on the sink, Lord, you are living water. I will never be thirsty with you. You give me my most basic needs. When you're grabbing the remote, God, as I watch whatever I'm watching, can we watch it together? All of this is overwhelming, I'm sure. But each of you have days with rhythms and patterns and behaviors that are repeated. And so I just want to encourage you to take 3 of those and say, on this day, in those 3 places, every time I pick up the phone, every time I sit down, and every time I take food. You do this naturally, right? When you eat a meal, you pray and pause and thank God for the food. We're just asking for more of these things to bring your mind back to Jesus throughout the day. And if you get in the habit where 3 of those become pretty regular, you may add a 4th or a 5th or a 28th. Throughout the day, then, you'll find as you link your habit of prayer and your awareness of God to the activities you do every day, you will learn what it is to pray without ceasing and to bring your heart before God in all things. Thank you.